Hello everyone, my name is Nico Me, and I'm standing up to give you the news tonight. I'm still in my pajamas that I wore earlier in today's video. Yes, I stayed in bed all day, on the couch, this couch, all day, playing Splatoon 2. I honestly don't regret a moment of it. I have my laptop right here with the news. We have good news, folks, coming from VentureBeat.com, reporting the USA sales of video games for July 2017, the month that just passed. It's August, last month, jump behind, July. Say it with me, July. Who beat all the other competitors? Nintendo. Who dominated July 2017? Nintendo. As a Nintendo YouTuber, I started off my Nintendo YouTube career in 2015 when the Wii U was on its final legs. We didn't really know what was going on. It was kind of sad being a Nintendo fan at that time, and starting off my YouTube career during that time, it was at a time where Nintendo was losing against its competitors, which was really sad, and that was the only news I could report on. But nowadays, guess what, folks? Nintendo just keeps on winning, and now I can report on Nintendo dominating. Okay, so video game the industry is up like 20% from this time last year because of Nintendo. And this, okay, are you ready? July 2017, the most bought software was, meaning best-selling video game, Splatoon 2. Splatoon 2 on my Nintendo Switch right here. It just loads. Oh, I mean, that was supposed to be cool. Now I have to press a button. This is embarrassing. Splatoon 2. See, that's my character. And that's without digital sales being reported yet. So this whole entire list, you're going to see Nintendo still dominate without digital sales incorporated. So I know Splatoon 2 is number 1. It's not like it's going to get even bigger than number 1 with the digital sales, but just to paint a picture, it's still number 1 without digital sales. It's purely physical. Also, can we also talk about how it was released July 21st? This thing only had 9 days of sales and still was number 1. Splatoon 2, pow pow. Moving on, number 2 is Crash Bandicoot. Number 3 was Grand Theft Auto 5. That game is never going to die. Final Fantasy 15 at number 4. Number 5, Breath of the Wild. Again, physical sales only. It'd probably be at number 3 or number 4 with digital. Then Injustice 2. Number 7, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Skip a few. 17 is ARMS. So that's the top 20. Nintendo is number 1, number 5, number 7, and number 17. And that's all without digital sales. ARMS probably would have been nearing the top 10. Mario Kart nearing the top 5, Breath of the Wild nearing the top 3, and then of course Splatoon 2 dominating number 1 even better. So, that was great. Okay, let's read what VentureBeat has to say. Keep in mind, I'm standing up right now. This is not a joke, folks. Not a joke. Okay. Sniff, sniff. Okay. Nintendo was the big winner last month, with Splatoon 2, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Mario Kart 8 all in the top 10. Splatoon 2 was a highly anticipated sequel and a Nintendo Switch exclusive. That's right, folks. Splatoon, the new franchise, the new IP that came out 2 years ago, is dubbed as a highly anticipated sequel. And guess what? It is, because now the sequel came out number 1, just with 9 days, no digital sales, dominating the gaming scene. Splatoon 2, already the best-selling shooter of the year, most highly acclaimed shooter of the year. Call of Duty, it's your turn. Let's see how you're going to respond with World War II or whatever. Anyways, Nintendo Splatoon 2 is the best-selling title of the month, says Pescatilla. 3 of the month's top 7 best-selling games are published by Nintendo. Nintendo was also the best-selling software publisher in July. Shocker. Not a shocker. Okay. Also, ARMS is ahead of Tekken 7, which is, Tekken 7 is number 20, ARMS without digital sales incorporated, Tekken does have digital sales incorporated, is at number 17. For a new IP, a new fighting game, ARMS, so berserk, you're going expendable ARMS, being number 17 still, it's doing good. ARMS is doing good. I say it's good enough for ARMS 2 to come out sometime in the future. Let's see how DLC works with it. Let's see how the community keeps on responding to it. I think it kind of has been on the back burner once Splatoon 2 came out, but I think it's warranting a sequel, or at least the debate of one. It's a talking subject for sure. ARMS, I don't think should be a standalone title. I think it should be a franchise. I think it has enough personality. I think more than anything, ARMS 2 will be a bigger improvement than Splatoon 2 was to Splatoon, because I think Splatoon was such a full game and had so much personality and so much content, while I think ARMS has a lot to improve on, whereas Splatoon didn't have much to improve on, in my opinion. I mean, ARMS doesn't even really have a single player mode or a story mode, so that definitely can be added. There's lots of different things they could do with the multiplayer and stuff. There's a lot of things they can do with ARMS that I don't think they could have done with Splatoon 2, you know? So I think ARMS 2 could be very, very cool. Anyways, I'm just saying that because ARMS sold really well last month. It's still selling decently well. For a new fighter IP, it's doing well. Okay. I don't really want to report on the PS4 games, I'm sorry. Xbox One, #1 game is Grand Theft Auto 5. That's saying how well Xbox is doing. A game that came out, what, like 4 or 5 years ago now? I'm sorry, there's not a single, like, exclusive on the top 10 on their list. Forza Horizon 7, I guess, or 3, whatever. PlayStation #1 selling game was Crash Bandicoot, obviously. Nintendo Switch, the top 10 best-selling games on the Nintendo Switch this month: Splatoon 2, Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, ARMS, 1-2 Switch is still selling decently well, #5. #6, Ultra Street Fighter, 7, Lego City Undercover, 8, Cars 3, Driven to Win, 9, Fate Extella, The Emerald Star, 10, Just Dance 2017. To be fair, these are without digital numbers. I see games like, did Overcooked come out last month? I can't remember, I don't think so. But, digital titles aren't included in this. I think there are probably some digital titles that sold better than this. Nintendo 3DS, #1 game is Pokémon Sun still, no shocker. Miitopia debuts at #2 though, pretty nice. Fire Emblem Echoes is staying strong at #8, good for it. The best-selling games of 2017 so far: #1, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. #2, get your swords out, get ready to throw your bows. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is #2, and without digital sales included. So it's probably #1. We'll see by the end of the year. We are on the 8th month of the year, almost the 9th month. It is safe to say Breath of the Wild is on lock for top 5 best-selling games of the year, I would say. Pretty safely. It's #2 right now without digital sales. It's probably #1 overall, if not extremely close. You only have 3 more months until this year's over. I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say Breath of the Wild is going to be in the top 5 best-selling games of the year, and it's pretty much on a lock for the #1 best-rated game of the year. Nothing's gonna come close to it. So, very nice. No other Nintendo game is in the top 10, but I'd say it's safe to say that Splatoon 2 will probably be close to the top 10 with digital sales included, and Mario Odyssey will also be in this top 10, and maybe Pokemon Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon as well, will be in the best-selling games of 2017. But definitely Breath of the Wild is #2 right now, possibly #1. It's going to be in the top 5 end of the year. Mario Odyssey would also be in that, in the run for that, I would say. So, and especially because, can you imagine all the people who are going to be buying a Nintendo Switch this winter? Many people are going to buy Zelda. I would say more people are going to buy Zelda than Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands this winter, for sure. Okay, for sure. More people will be buying Breath of the Wild because people already have the systems that kids are going to be begging their parents, 16-year-olds are going to be begging their parents, elderly are going to be begging their kids and grandchildren to buy them this. Parents are going to be begging their husbands and wives for a Nintendo Switch. And what comes with the Nintendo Switch? Breath of the Wild. Of course you're going to buy Breath of the Wild with a Nintendo Switch. So I think it's safe to say it's going to be top 3 best-selling games of the year potentially, unless Mario Odyssey knocks it down. And probably COD is going to be top 3 as well. So that's really interesting. In the past 12 months, Breath of the Wild is number 8. That includes last winter, though, so Battlefield 1, Call of Duty Infinite War. I would say for sure Breath of the Wild is going to be in the top 5 best-selling games of the year. I forgot about Battlefront 2, World War II, Call of Duty, and then Mario Odyssey might block it, too. So we're going to see. I just know that the holiday sales for Breath of the Wild are going to be up, because all the people who haven't bought a Switch yet, they're going to get it this holiday season, are going to be buying Breath of the Wild with their Switch. So it's going to stay in that top 5. Okay, for best-selling hardware, it doesn't say how much, but the Switch is number 1. Trying to look. Doesn't say. Thank you for watching. For more videos on Nintendo Switch and Splatoon 2, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I love giving news like this. Statistics and sales can be boring sometimes, but they can give us lots of fun insight. Splatoon 2's huge success, being the #1 game of the month by far in America, and especially in Japan. It's doing amazingly. Suggests that Splatoon is here to stay, okay? For all the people who doubted it, Splatoon the original, Splatoon 2 obviously was a sequel to it, okay? And people thought Splatoon could have possibly been a one-hit wonder. Splatoon 2 proves that it isn't. Splatoon 3 is obviously going to be coming in the next 4 or 5 years probably. So this is definitely a franchise and IP that is here to stay for good. I said earlier today that Splatoon is going to end up being one of Nintendo's biggest IPs, biggest franchises. It's definitely in the top 5 for the current ones right now. This stands by it. It's doing phenomenal. It's doing great. Not only does it have so many sales from the casual fans, but there are so many hardcore Splatoon 2 fans. So it's doing great. It's doing very, very good. And the sales, the thing about all Nintendo Switch games right now, they are going to skyrocket in the holiday season. For PS4 and Xbox owners, everyone already owns an Xbox or PS4 that wants one. Oh, you know what I mean. Loosey-goosey, of course, that isn't 100% true. But most people who want a PS4, Xbox One, have it. Most people who want a Nintendo Switch don't even have a Nintendo Switch right now because it's either not available, it came out in March, not in holiday season. People have had 4 holidays now to get a Xbox One, a PS4, 3 or 4. They've had tons of opportunity. Nintendo Switch, people have only had a couple months, and the availability of those months have been very, very low. People haven't been able to find it with stock. Not only stock, but it was released in March, whereas the other systems were released in the winter months. So people aren't usually keen on buying products like systems in March compared to buying it holiday season. So games like Splatoon 2, Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, ARMS, will be selling fantastically in winter season because so many people will be getting a Switch on Christmas. They are of course going to be buying the #1 shooter on the system, Splatoon 2. They're going to be buying the #1 racing Mario Kart game. Everyone needs a Mario Kart game if they can get it. If it's on the system, you're going to get it. People are going to be buying Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and of course they're going to get the game of the year, Breath of the Wild. So watch, I think that's the most interesting thing to see how Breath of the Wild Mario Kart Deluxe and Splatoon 2 do as more people buy Switches. And yeah, it's just going to be a fun ride. It really is. And then, of course, Mario Odyssey, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as well. Pokémon Deluxe, DX, Mario plus Rabbids. We have lots of Fire Emblem Warriors. We have tons and tons of other games coming. So, I have been standing for like 15-20 minutes now. I haven't worked out at all today. As you can tell, I've been in my pajamas. I guess this is considered my workout for the day. Thanks for watching. This video was supposed to be 2 minutes, ended up being like 15. But yes, for more Nintendo news, hit the subscribe button. I am here. Everyone in my house is sleeping, so that's why I've been kind of quiet. So respect me for still getting up and doing this. I have to go to work college tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Good night.